All right, in the Etch 9 alpha update, there was a how do I explain this? Basically, if you had HTML tags inside of like a heading propped on a component, it just passed through the text. It would strip out any like a span, or if you had any kind of HTML tag. And so this here, I can see it here in the back end on the editor, but on the front end, if I go look at it, right here, it's just going to be the text. There it is. You actually see there's a space there. And I'm not sure if that's because maybe I actually had a space in there that was accidental. No. You're blind. Let me look at this again. They're looking at the wrong thing. You're blind. No. Okay, I'm not sure why there's a space there, but either way, in order to get this fixed, it's fairly simple. Sorry, I'm just looking at this here. I don't know why there's a space at the beginning and end of almost everything. Seems very weird. So weird. Okay, that's another issue. Not what we came here to look at. So basically, how do we fix this to get our spans to come back through, or if we had like some text bolded, how do we get that to come through? It's actually really simple. I'm going to edit this component, and I'm going to go. I probably won't need it for the landmark. I'm just going to add it for what I need it to at this time. I need to add an extra element, so I'm going on the heading, and I'm going to add this HTML element, which basically just lets any HTML pass through it. So I clicked on it, and then it kind of put it in here. It's a little hard to see, but I found it easier if I click on the parent element, the paragraph. I can then go and I want to grab that prop. I'm just going to cut it, and then I want to put it within this this Etch HTML element. However, we need to add another thing here. We need to add the content attribute to it, and then just paste in our prop. And so now if I come up here, I can see there's my prop. And now if I hit save, and now if I hit exit, this didn't change. But now if I go to the front end here, and if I refresh this page, now our span is coming through, and we're seeing what was was styled that way. So fairly simple to do. I had another case over here where I had the same thing. Here is a step card. So if I edit this component, in my description, which I made an Etch dynamic element, so I could change it from a paragraph to a div. Well, in this specific case, I want it to be a div because inside of there I'm going to have paragraphs. But it wasn't. Let's go back here. We can look at it. So here you can see I added a paragraph because I've got multiple paragraphs per thing. If I would just want this to be, if I would want the description tag to be a paragraph, and this would just be one paragraph instead of two, which I would just remove the paragraph tags. I think I'm making sense there. Obviously, it would work fine. But because I'm putting stuff into here, so honestly, in most cases, I'm expecting to use the HTML element, because there's lots of times I want to pass through a span or bold something. Not in every case, but a lot of cases. So I'm expecting this is going to be a pretty regular part of my components, is going to be these HTML elements to allow HTML pass through. Oh, and I didn't update this yet, so that's why I'm not seeing that element down there. So I need to exit. I think this is on the home page. Yeah, so we can easily get to it. Let's go back to WordPress. Let's update to the latest version. There we go. Now back, yeah, it's the home page. Actually, I could just do, yeah, launch Etch, which will open up the home page. All right, now if we go down here to our step card, edit it, and now you can see we have our HTML element down there. So in my description, I want to add this HTML element. Okay, it added it right there. So now I just need to go and grab this. I'm going to cut that. And then in here, I'm going to do content equals that. Does that make sense what I'm doing? I could have just come over here after creating the content. Actually, maybe I could have come in here. I'm not sure I need to type in content there. Let's just try that one more time. I'm just going to delete the HTML element. Here's my description. There's no, I don't have the prop in here. So now if I click this, HTML element and HTML source. Okay. I guess, okay, I'm going to go back to this site over here. Is that what they're calling it? HTML source? Yes, the HTML source, that is where that is the content equals attribute. So I kind of did it maybe a little bit harder, but it is the same thing. So now if I hit save, we should have looked at this on the front end, I guess, before I did hit save. Basically what was happening was I was getting my text, but they were all, they weren't in separate paragraphs. It was just text, a big chunk of text with the paragraph tag stripped out. Now if I go look at it, I should have, actually, yeah, paragraph and a block quote. I forgot that's what this is. So, that's all there is to it. Yeah, let me know if there's any questions or if I'm missing something. Thanks for watching.